What is going on, everyone? It's Ultimate Spy 53 here, and I just got back from Avengers Infinity War. It was awesome. So I kind of figured I might as well do a non-spoiler review for the movie. This is not part of a review at all. It's just like a one-off video. I don't do these a lot. I don't do these hardly at all. I just feel like sometimes it'd be fun to just kind of do a review, even though probably when I get around to doing the actual review, for review when the movie actually comes out on Blu-ray, or whatever. But this is just gonna express my thoughts for the movie as a whole, without spoiling anything, because I don't want to do that to you guys, because it literally just came out, so I want to give you guys a little breathing room. So this is just I want to express my thoughts on what I thought of the movie just from a first impressions point of view. So I just think it was an incredible movie. It's honestly, in my opinion only, it is one of the saddest Marvel movies within the Marvel Cinematic Universe that Marvel Studios has ever produced. And it's just like it's the amount of amazement that you'll find yourself seeing in this movie. I mean, when I saw it, I was sitting in the front row because the ticket required it, so I had to sit in the front row. It was very stretched, so it felt like with War Machine and Iron Man, it felt like their heads were small on a big body because I was so close to the screen. But at the same time, when I saw some of the sequences, I was blown away. It definitely, if you've ever read the Infinity Gauntlet comic book, it's basically that. It's very much based off of the comic book. It is not. They changed a lot of stuff on it, but like every time, because in the plot of the movie, Thanos is trying to collect the Infinity Stones, and he does collect them, but every time he does, it's like, oh my god! Every time he gets one, he just like, you never know what's gonna happen, and so I felt like it was truly awe-inspiring. There was a lot of amazing moments, like a lot of like jaw-dropping moments you're not gonna expect. It's really sad because there's a lot of devastation. It's one of those things where it's like, by the end of the movie, you're going to have questions. You're going to be like not able to process it at all. And so that's what I felt like when I saw the movie, because I just came back from it, and it was honestly one of the, in my opinion only, and there's probably gonna be other movies that come out later this year that are gonna be one of the best. But this is honestly one of the one of two things. First, one of the best Marvel movies that Marvel Studios ever created, and also one of the greatest movies ever made. Maybe just this year. I don't think of it in the entire history, because there are many great movies out there, because they're one of the best. But for this year only, I'm going to say it is truly one of the greatest movies of all time. Obviously the greatest superhero movie of all time, definitely. Even though Deadpool 2 is coming out later next month, but still, I think it's honestly, it's tear jerking. You're gonna cry a lot. You're gonna have tears. Fortunately, I didn't have any tears. My mind did. I felt like when I was seeing the devastation, because I'm not gonna say who died. There were deaths in the movie, because like it's a like all comic movies. Someone's gonna die, but I'm not gonna say who does die. There were deaths, but I'm not gonna say who does die because I don't want to spoil anything. But then back to Mark Ruffalo said like everybody dies. That isn't true. There are deaths, but I'm not going to say who does. I'm not gonna. That's not cool of me. So I just think it was a really amazing movie. It really, because like it was. I think it was filmed in IMAX, like an IMAX movie, and I saw it in IMAX. And it was very amazing. Like some of the some of the dialogue was just funny as hell. It had that amazement like the previous movies have with the funny comedy. It was funny. It was amazing. It was cinematically amazing, and a lot of the there are things that you'll be shocked about. Like you'll come away from the theater, and like when the movie ended, I was shocked. I didn't have any words to express my emotion. I'm still kind of processing the movie, and most of my theater crew, all the people who were in the theater, was like 50 or something like that. At least 50, maybe 25. I don't know. It was a good some amount of people, and no one said anything. I think a couple of people said something, but like it was almost complete silence, because one of those movies where the cliffhanger is so big that you don't expect it, and it's like, oh my god, this movie's amazing, and it truly was. I did feel like Thanos as a character, he was. If you're a big comic book reader, I mean, I'm not. I haven't read the comic, but I've seen a lot of videos online about the comic book and stuff and how crazy Thanos is and how, what we've seen from him so far in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the fact that he's like overpowered villain. Like this isn't like the Avengers have his chance or the Guardians, with that matter, when they're teaming up. I will say that like the movie shows in the trailers, the Avengers don't actually assemble like as one group. Like the Guardians and the Avengers don't assemble as one group because of the based on the trailers. Because in the trailers we don't see the Avengers all in one setting. We don't see all 22 characters, I think it is, in one sitting, because that's what the trailers show. The trailers show there are different teams. Like I think the version where we wanted to have the teams kind of separate. So like each team would be on a different part of the thing. And like in the trailers you saw Wakanda with Captain America, or Nova in this case, Black Widow, Black Panther, of course, and as well as Vision, War Machine, Vision, Scarlet Witch, all those people. And then you had on Titan in space, you had the Guardians and Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Iron Man, and then Thor and the Guardians. And it's insane. I think you'll find it amazing. You'll definitely be crying. I don't know if I didn't cry, but I felt it was very different. It was a very different movie than previous movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And honestly, I just feel like Thanos was way overpowered. Like he's obviously a character that is very much an overpowered character, because none of the villains they face so far were this much of a threat. And so it's like you don't know what's gonna happen. And coming from the theater, I think that Thanos is one of those characters that you don't think that the Avengers and the Guardians can take him down, and it feels like they barely even tried. They barely even let it scratch him, kind of thing. And that's how crazy he is. Based off of the comic books and based off the movie trailers that I've seen so far, just from a non-spoiler point of view, I just think it was truly an amazing movie. There's so much about the movie that I have to still process, and it's like, from the ending to the shocking cliffhanger to the characters. I just think it was overall an amazing movie, and just for now, I think one of the best superhero movies that any studio's made. Because I think the only other studio that's really rivaling any other studio right now is the X-Men franchise with Fox, but they're really not making. They're not doing a whole lot of building really. But Marvel Studios, it's just like, oh my god, it's amazing. And I'll definitely do a review of the movie when it comes on video, Blu-ray kind of thing. I don't know, because one of the things was like I want to do a review, but like I want to make sure my review show extends on course when I can actually do a proper review. But like from a standpoint of coming back from the movie for the first time, I was just there were times in the movie where something would happen, something terrible would happen because Thanos is a dick and he's crazy, where my jaw would just drop. I I I I wanted to cry. I did. I mean, I'm still like I feel like I want to cry right now. Like I'm still processing it. I wanted to because I could hear people in the background of my theater sniffling and stuff because it was like, oh my god, this is crazy, and all that stuff. I just felt like I was. There were times where I was like, literally, my jaw was just like dropped. I'm just surprised. I'm shocked. I'm still trying to. It's like one of the movies where you come back from it and you feel like you lost you feel like you lost a loved one. It's that intense, and it's one of those movies where it's like, oh my god, what I just come back from. I can't I can't express how amazing it was. I don't know I don't know what to say about it. Like I am lost for words. I have no words for it. That is the kind of things you're gonna be feeling when you see the movie. Is you'll come away with a theater going, what just happened? What happens next? A whole year, or yeah, whole year to watch it, or in this case, a year and a week, about a week. Yeah, I'm just like, oh my god, it was insane. Like from Thanos to all those stuff. I mean, obviously, Hawkeye and Ant-Man weren't in the movie because they weren't in the trailers or the posters or anything like that. They were like on their own journey, all that stuff. Just they weren't in the movie because not really a spoiler for you guys, but it's pretty obvious that you didn't see him in the movie because they weren't in the trailers or the marketing or anything like that. So it's like really crazy. But I think it's one of the better movies out there. I just think it was truly an amazing movie. I just couldn't believe what I saw. I was every moment, every like terrible moment, or you know everything that happened in the movie, where it be a big action set piece where a lot of crazy action was happening, or like one of those things where it's like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? This is gonna happen. I don't know, and then it happens, whatever that may be, and you're just feeling like your mind can't comprehend how amazing it is. That's what happened to me. I couldn't comprehend it. I like when you're seeing a movie like this on the scale, this $1 billion movie. Of course, I think that when they made $1 billion, I think that means that the both movies, both this and the Avengers movie, which is a entirely different story on its own. Like it's a continuation of the same story, but it's a different movie on its own. And I feel like with this movie, there are moments where you're just gonna be like, you're not gonna be able to, like, things are gonna come so fast that you can't process them at once. And that's what the amazing thing about Marvel Studios is they make movies. They make some of the best movies out there with superheroes. And they know how to make a good story. They know how to make you really hooked on a movie, and especially with a compelling villain. I definitely think that Thanos, what do I call him? I mean, people keep calling him Thanos and or Thanos. Thanos. I think Thanos is what they. Yeah, Thanos. But I feel like he's a very compelling villain. You get more of his backstory. We kind of see how insane he is. I definitely think his look has changed, obviously, but like in general, just like some of the intentions he does, like he just feels so powerful, overpowered. He feels like all the Avengers or the Guardians couldn't do anything to stop him. What are they gonna do? No one can stop him. None of no, they try to land a blow and nothing happens, kind of thing. It's like that's how crazy he is, and especially in the comics. Like there's like I mean, I haven't read the comics, but I just see some images. It is insane. So that's really all I can say about that movie from a non-spoiler review. I don't want to go into more details. Like I don't want to spoil it at all because that's what I want to do. I think when I see the movie again and then it comes on Blu-ray, I think it'll be coming on Blu-ray around July, maybe something like that. By the time I should be able to do a review for Infinity War, because it's one of the honestly one of the best, greatest movies ever made, if not the best superhero movie, obviously the all time. But it's every moment is awesome. You're like it's a geek out moment. It's like things are gonna surprise you. You're gonna be like, oh my god, yes, oh my god, kind of thing. You know, you'll be surprised. If there are things that you didn't, you'll be there'll be things in the movie that you'll be like you won't expect to see in the movie, like things that will just like catch you off guard, not be able to process anything, and that's basically what Infinity War is. It's like from the ending, especially the ending. I'm not gonna go into details about the ending, but the ending is shocking. It is intense. It is unbelievable what happens in the movie, and I just like it's also extremely sad because you want to like you feel like all this devastation is happening because of how powerful Thanos is, and it's just insane the level of insanity that it is, and that's why coming back from the movie you're gonna feel very uneasy about yourself. You're gonna feel maybe a little depressed about it. You're gonna feel sad. You're gonna have questions. You're gonna be silenced because you're gonna be just you're gonna still be processing the movie after that. So that's all I can say about Infinity War. I would definitely recommend seeing it. Definitely go see it as soon as you can. IMAX is the perfect way to see it. Don't sit so close to the screen because when if you're someone like me who had no control of in the front row because of the ticket, don't do that because I had to say I was like I had to let it was like seeing the movie I had to let go from this side of the screen to this side of the screen. I think kept looking back and forth, and it was very not impossible to watch, but very difficult to watch a movie like that because it's like feels like the characters all stretched out. It feels like the screen is stretched out, and it feels like you're watching a movie like this stretched in all corners of the screen. It's like and I basically had to let like the way I was sitting was like this. I had to look up like that, like almost all the way up. I had to look at the screen like that. That's how much, and that's how crazy the experience was sitting in a IMAX theater for a movie like this. Is it's very hard to view, but also just it's insane, and I loved it. I think it's really amazing. It's such a good movie, and I think it's amazing. I'm not gonna give it a a scale of what I thought of it. I'm just, because this is not a spoiler review, I just want to say it was incredible. And that's all I can say. I'm gonna head to end it there, because that's all I want to talk about for Infinity War. I just came back around, I decided, I might as well do a review of it. Even if it's not part of a review, because sometimes I feel like I'm gonna start doing a lot. I'll be doing a lot of more non-reviewed reviews. I just like, it's okay. Sometimes that's okay, especially if it's a first person's review. I just can't believe what I saw. So anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this review of Infinity War, non-spoiler. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button. I really do appreciate the support. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe for more videos like this and other great content. And I'll be back next time with another video. Alright? See ya.